Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my video. Today a new episode, and I'm just walking in the forest again, and I was yesterday also walking in the forest, and I had my vest on, the green vest you saw me in the previous video wearing, but it was way too hot because it's heating up again. Last time I walked with that vest it was I think around 0 degrees Celsius, and now it is about 10. So I'm just now wearing a flannel shirt, and that's much better. It's a little bit nippy, but when I'm walking it is fine. So reason for this video is that I want to go over my EDC bag and my medical bag that I have gathered so far, based on the risk assessment and based on what I want or what I intend to do with it, like hiking, starting a fire, but also the everyday use of it, and therefore I want to go over it and show you what I've got so far. And if you have tips, if you have advice, then please let me know. Thank you. Okay, so I just opened my backpack, as I will show in the video here, and I will take out a couple of items. There's more in my backpack currently. I think my backpack weighs currently about 10 kgs. I think I mentioned it before. So it's an old wildebeest backpack, as I mentioned before. And I really like the backpack. I've now hiked 6-7 times with it, and as I said, it's about 10 kgs, and it's getting easier and easier every time I walk. Now, with the good socks, it helps a lot. This vest that I'm wearing today, it's cold, as you can see from the misty pictures, so it's nice to have this vest on. I also have an additional t-shirt under it, and I needed it this morning because it was cold. I only filmed this couple of clips of me taking my EDC and my medical pack out of my bag because I was getting cold, because I'm sweaty and it is cold, so standing still makes me cold, so that's why I'm moving on again. And I will unpack what's inside in a few minutes. But basically, when you look at my what I take out of my backpack now is a light jacket, my EDC pack, and my medical bag. It's 2 black pouches. On a medical pack, I put a couple patches on there so that I know which pack is which. Weight wise I definitely know, because my EDC pack is I think about double the weight, if not more, of my medical bag. And then I have my EDC bag, which it says so, with the different emblems on it. I did that just for fun, but with the medical pack obviously there's a red patch with a white cross, and the white is illuminating in the dark, so that's I think a nice feature as well. And so these pouches that I got don't have a sling or a handle or anything, so what I did, I made 2 paracord slings. They might be a little bit big, but at least I have 2 slings, and I have about, I would say, 10 feet or about 3 meters of paracord. Okay, so the first thing that I want to mention is I've been experimenting now with how to pack my backpack. And what I had in the past is that I had in this bottom compartment here, I had my sleeping bag. And then the first time I went out, I had a jacket in the middle and my EDC pack at the top. And that felt like the pack was pulling backwards, especially when I walk uphill. So that wasn't nice. So then the second time I went out, I kept the backpack in the bottom. I put my EDC pouch in the center, and I put the light jacket on top. And that was wonderful. This morning, because I figured out that in this bottom section I can actually fit quite a couple of nice EDC things, I thought I'm gonna put every EDC thing in the bottom, and then I'm gonna put the rest in the top. but now it feels like the bag is actually touching my bottom all the time. It is like the bag is hanging too low, the weight is too low. So it's not nice. So the best is actually what I had, I think the second time, as I just said. So the sleeping bag at the bottom, then the EDC pack, and then something light on top. So relatively light, heavy, and then light again. Okay, so what was in my pack at the bottom? My medical bag, I will show what's inside there. Then my EDC bag, I will also demonstrate that one. Then a cup, and I have 2 rolled up ratchet straps, small ratchet straps in there, a roll of toilet paper, some gloves, and obviously my water purifying straw. Okay, so now to look at the outside of the bag. So obviously you can see that this is my first aid pouch with the plaster and the cross. This is the front side, and this is the back side. Now on the back side there are molly clips, and this is my tourniquet with a big scissor, and so yeah, that I can use for that. And I think there's also something else in there, but I'm not entirely sure. Then I made a strap with some shoelaces and paracord, obviously, and I combined that with a carabiner hook, plastic one. So that is basically the outside of the pack. And then looking at my EDC pouch, I did exactly the same, where I have some stickers on the front that identify what it is for, EDC, and for making fire, and a knife. Then looking at the back, on the back I have my Pelotonen knife, the Puco Ranger 07, and then this is a hand chain to saw trees, again with the carabiner hook and the paracord strap that I made myself. And then I made here this little bridge is something I 3D printed, and that is actually for the Kydex sheath, to mount it to the to your pens. It is not for this one, it is for the Odin Wolf knife. It has these, let's say, rings. And for, just to talk about the knife a little bit, I think I explained it, but paracord for the pink, to, when you hold it, you can hold it with the, so you have more leverage over the handle to chop wood. Then I put paracord over it, and this is bicycle tire. Bicycle tire helps with fire starting in worst case scenario. And then as well, here is also bicycle tire, a piece, again for the same purpose. I adjusted this a little bit so it's a little bit easier to get it out. It's still really difficult to get it out, or difficult, but yeah, it is quite difficult. I oiled it, as you can see, to prevent the blade from rusting. Okay, I don't know if that's too much oil, but yeah. So here you can see my pack opened up. I will go over what I have inside. Some cotton wool, some tape, a surgical knife with some spare blades, some cotton swabs, some clips for your emergency or for your mitella. Then these are some hydration cloth. So if you put these in water, they will expand and become a full cloth. Then some tablets of ibuprofen for nerve pain and other pains. Some pliers and to get, for example, a tick out or a splinter out. Then obviously a lighter, a backup. Then here, these are some pinch tools. If you have a blister, you can pinch the blister. And here I have a couple of these hooks that you can use on your, when you do put a bandage on, you can use hooks, or you can use the tape If you use the tape, generally your bandage is destroyed. If you use these hooks, you can generally reuse it. So there's a zipper here, and as you can see, the pouch is folding open nicely. So here inside I have paracetamol, and I have several different types of gauze, so that for different sizes. So this is the 40 mil, and I think here's the 60 mil, and then I also have an 80 and 100, I think. So yeah, a couple of different bandages. Then on this side, this is some stitching gauze. This is just a boo-boo kit, an additional one with some plasters. Then a triangle bandage, and that's why you also use the safety pins, safety clips. So that's nice to have. And then here is some patches, some 10 by 10 centimeter patches that you can put on the wound before you put the bandage over it. Then for burns, a couple of these cooling gels, some gloves, and this is the instructions for the tourniquet. And yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, you can see a couple of the pliers that I have. So this one is for ticks, and the other one is for splinters. So here is my EDC pouch. As I showed, I have my knife, and then you have these, these are pull, this is a pull wire, and this is basically like a chainsaw chain that you can use to cut trees to size, or standing or dead trees, you can cut them down. Now looking at my EDC pouch, again it folds open nicely. First thing you see is some tactical gloves. These are cheap ones, but still, to protect your hands a little bit, some technical gloves. Then inside, I'm wearing glasses, so therefore I have a cloth to clean my glasses. Then I have a fire steel or ferrule rod. I have a lighter with duct tape. Duct tape is obviously a very good fire starter. And then here I have storm matches with the striker on it as well. Then here I have a small light. So it's a nice, it's from Borut. I saw a couple of guys that use different types of these lights. There are several different versions, also where you can tilt the head, which is also quite nice. I bought this one recently. It's a little bit smaller. I had a normal flashlight in here, but it was quite big for what I have, so I changed it out. Then this is a very special whistle, 140 decibels, so very loud. If you look at people that have rescue packs and EDCs, they almost always use this whistle. Then one of the brands I really like is Victorinox, obviously known from the original Swiss Army knife, but they also have a couple of other knives that I really like, and this is their nail clipper. It's super compact, super small. You can open it up and use it as a nail clipper. It is very sturdy, and it will do all types of nails. So it's small, but it's really nice to use. It's not too expensive. Then I have some simple carabiner hooks in different colors. These are some cheap ones, but still, I think it's good to have a couple of these when you have to tie something up. That's also why I have some paracord there. Then my Leatherman signal. I really like this multi-tool. Tool chose this color so I can find it if I drop it. But yeah, so basic, it has a plier. Then it has, when you fold it over, it has a little bit of a saw. And it also has a nice blade, nice and sharp. And then you have a whistle and a fire steel. And I think there's a couple of, this is the whistle and the fire steel, and this is, I think, the sharpener. And yeah, and then obviously you have your carabiner hook here as well. And you can also use some, I think there's like a Phillips head screwdriver and another one. So not too many functions, but it's a really nice one and I really like it. The only downside I would say, if you have to use it for heavier stuff, you know, all the hard lines and hard edges will go into your hand and dig in your hand, and that's a little bit unpleasant. Hence I have the knife and the chain to help me. Obviously pens for writing. Then some 1 second glue or some quick glue. If I need to, for example, you know, glue something together, then I have that. Then this is a tool, you might not see that often, but basically this is a tool that has several of these weird options for opening, for example, the fire hydrant doors and a couple of these other things. I forgot the name of this tool, but it's a readily available tool. But you know, in the case that you need water, for example, and then the fire hydrant hoses might have water that you need to distill it, but at least then you have some water. And they can open electrical cabinet doors for machines and so on as well. That's why we normally use this for opening electrical cabinets that we have on our machines. But yeah, they are also used for different things. So it's good to have. I forgot the name. If I will find the name, I will put it in the screen. And this is some blade oil, a little flask of blade oil. And then, yeah, I can just wipe it on the blade. Then inside here, I have a weatherproof notepad, so I can write down instructions or whatever I need. Then the other thing is a balaclava. Now again, you might think, why would you have a balaclava? Are you becoming a ninja, or are you gonna rob a bank? No, this is the only reason I have this is I'm losing a little bit of hair on my head, and I have a light skin, so when I don't have the option for sunscreen, I will burn. And so putting this on hopefully will protect me from getting burned too much in the face. So that's basically the only reason why I have it. Then an assortment of zip ties. That's always nice to have, I think. Then a random charging cable that can charge my phone and my lights. And that's it on this side. And then on this side, I have a watch, just a normal analog watch. I have a mirror for signaling. Additional boo-boo kit, so this is just a small boo-boo kit, same as in my other pack, but you know, just so I can use a plaster if I need to. These are some stitching ones, stitching gauze just like the other ones. Then a raincoat pouch. Then here I have some, yeah, this is actually photo hanging wire, picture frame wire, but it's basically the second use that I have for it is snare wire. Some plastic bags with, you know, the zip lock at the top. A little bit of paracord, and obviously I have a lot more on the handle here. Then here's the tick card that I was talking about. So here's your little magnifying glass, and then these two legs that I was talking about, you can put under the tick and take it out. And there's a little hole, so you have a hook that you can, or a rope that you can put through it and hang it on your necklace or whatever. And then this is a little magnifying glass. If I have to read a map, for example, then it's nice to have a magnifying glass. And also if you want to start a fire, it's nice to have a magnifying glass, for example. So I think that is it for now, what I have in my EDC pack. I hope you enjoyed me explaining what I have currently in my EDC pack with all the risks that we discussed currently. I am working on the third bag, and that is this one. This is my navigation bag. So I have a couple of small items in here also for fire making, but mainly for navigation. So again, a magnifying glass, a compass, and what I still need to buy is maps of my local area. But yeah, that's basically the bag that I have for my EDC, for my medical, and then in the future when my bag for navigation is done, I will also add that one to explain what I have in that one. Yeah, I hope this was informative. I obviously did my risk analysis so far. I'm not done. And I've watched obviously a lot of YouTube channel, a lot of survivors that are preppers that are talking about what they do, people from the army, what they do. And I try to listen to that and I try to learn from it and I try to see what people have and don't have. Currently, for me, it is important that I have something of everything, basically, and I'm not really focused on, for example, having the lightest or the best or whatever. I've added now a lot of quality parts to my EDC kit, but it made it heavy. And yeah, it might be at a later stage that I think, okay, now it's too heavy. I need to lighten my pack. I've seen a couple of people talk about lighter knives or lighter battery packs or whatever. Yeah, it is an option for later, but for now I'm just trying to make sure that I have for every group, let's say, something. And yeah, I think I am quite far in the right direction. If you now see this video and you're like, well, I think you forgot this, or maybe you think about including this, then please let me know. I'm trying to make it interactive and informative. So yeah, I'm hoping that you tag along. And if you have advice, then great, let me know. Thank you for watching as always. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.